Stop worrying about homework and start learning with confidence. This is Ask Learn. Complete help for every subject. Like, share, subscribe for daily learning videos.
Once again, welcome to a new problem. This time we have uh, we're making assumptions that the average value of the vertical component, the average value for the vertical component of the Earth's magnetic field, um, which we're going to call B, is given by is given by excuse me. Um, B is equivalent to 43 micro Teslas, and we can always transform that magnetic field into Teslas by saying this is equivalent to 43 times 10 to the 6 Teslas. That's the vertical component, and it's pointing downwards in Arizona. Okay, so the surface we're dealing with is based in Arizona, and this particular area is equivalent to um, 2.95 times 10 to the 5 kilometers squared. We can always change that to meters squared by the conversion factor. 1 meter is 1,000, or rather 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So 1 kilometer squared is 1,000,000 meters squared, and this becomes 2.95 times 10 to the 11 meters squared. That's the area we're dealing with. We're supposed to find the magnetic flux through the surface. In our goal is to find the magnitude and direction, the magnitude and direction of the magnetic flux uh, outside of the Arizona surface. So all we're saying is that think about any other surface other than the one in Arizona. So all this stuff and all this stuff. So we want to find the magnitude and direction, and by direction we're saying is it outward or inward. So the first thing we're going to do is to find the flux uh, through Arizona. So that's a B, okay, times the area itself. But then remember, through Arizona, the flux is negative since we're given that it's pointing, we're given that the flux is pointing downward. So the magnetic field is pointing downward. So this is negative. So we have negative 43 times 10 to the 6 Teslas, which is the magnetic field, and then times 2.95 times 10 to the 11 meters squared. This gives us a total of negative 1.3 times 10 to the 7 Webers. But since our goal is to find the magnitude and direction on the rest of the surface, it's going to be the opposite of that. The negative sign just means that it's pointing inward. That's for Arizona. Okay, it's pointing inwards. But our main interest is for the rest of the surface other than Arizona. So we'll say that it's going to be the opposite of that. And so the magnitude would be 1.3 times 10 to the 7 Webers. And since the direction is positive, It means that according to Gauss's law, you know, Gauss's law says that the sum of the flux has to be zero. So sum of flux has to be zero. So then by Gauss's law, we're saying that we have 1.3 times 10 to the 7, and that's going to be outward. That's going to be outward. So hope you enjoy the problem. Feel free to send any questions or comments and have a wonderful day. Okay, thanks. Bye.